The culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to it.
So was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what's going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal.
Buckle up, because this bombshell is shaking Hollywood to its core. We're diving into the jaw-dropping courtroom drama where 50 Cent, the king of clapbacks, took the stand in Sean Diddy Combs' federal trial and spilled secrets that left the entire room gasping. From A-list names to scandalous parties, 50's testimony is tearing the veil off Diddy's empire, and we've got the exclusive tea. For years, 50 Cent and Diddy have been throwing shade like it's a full-time job. But this isn't just petty Instagram beef. This is a decades-long saga that's now exploding in a Manhattan courtroom. Picture this: 50 Cent, with his signature smirk, strutting into court like he's about to drop the hottest diss track of his career. He's been trolling Diddy since the early 2000s, starting with that 2006 banger The Bomb, where he straight up accused Diddy of knowing who killed Biggie Smalls. Yeah, that level of drama. Fast forward to 2014, 50 posted a meme hinting at a closer-than-expected vibe between Diddy and Rick Ross, making headlines for days. And who can forget 2018 on The Breakfast Club, when 50 recounted Diddy's bizarre invite to go shopping together, saying, "I'll pay for it." 50 was like, what grown man says that?
He said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of no, take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
When Cassie's 2023 lawsuit against Diddy hit, alleging abuse and trafficking, 50 was on Instagram screaming, "Told y'all." This man's been waving red flags for years, and now, under oath, he's unleashing the full arsenal. 50 Cent's first name drop was a gut punch: Usher, the R&B king, with his smooth moves and velvet voice, tied to Diddy in ways that'll make your skin crawl. 50 told the court about flavor camp, a term that sounds innocent but hides a dark secret. Picture a 14-year-old Usher, barely a teenager, living with Diddy, a grown mogul in his prime. 50's voice boomed. What's a grown man doing with a teenage boy in his house?
Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like? Hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at.
50 painted a picture of a young star under Diddy's spell, groomed with promises of fame. Years later, at an industry event, 50 saw Usher and Diddy together, and the vibe was off. Usher was keeping his distance, like he knew something we didn't, 50 said. The jury leaned in, hanging on every word. Social media's been buzzing with old clips resurfacing. Usher saying he'd never let his own kid near Diddy's flavor camp.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Coincidence? Or a scream for help hidden in plain sight? Next up, 50 threw Fabulous under the spotlight, and it's straight up unsettling. Picture this: a Drink Champs episode where Diddy's grinning, pressing Fabulous about why they never party together. Fab's nervous laugh, his eyes darting away. It was a vibe check that failed hard.
I'm saying, it seems like a thing. It's this
partying
birthday
with
party.
Puff, man.
Man, but I'm talking about for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying? Eyes, brother.
Oh, man.
Eyes. I understand. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so check this out. It's me, Tyrese, Ray J, and F. Gary Gray. You know, I'm a type of nigga, I like variety, man. I like people that's unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? I like different personalities. So I was like, I never knew they would become what they are today. But you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, that sounded like the type of night I want to have in Vegas. You understand?
50 was there, watching Fab shrink in his chair like he was facing a predator. But it gets darker. 50 spilled about a private party where Diddy cornered Fabulous, whispering, "Come on, I got a room upstairs. Just chill." Fab wasn't having it. He bolted out the back door at 7 a.m., later joking on Instagram about pretending to hit the bathroom to escape. 50's voice was ice cold in court. That wasn't a joke. That was fear. Real fear. He claimed Diddy's pressure tactics were relentless, using his mogul status to trap artists in uncomfortable situations. The jury's faces said it all. This wasn't just gossip. This was a pattern. X posts are blowing up with clips of Fab's awkward drink champs moment, and fans are connecting the dots. If you thought that was wild, brace yourself for 50's bombshell about Justin Bieber. Yes, the Justin Bieber, the kid with the bowl cut who stole our hearts, caught in Diddy's web. 50 recounted a chilling video from years ago where Diddy bragged, "I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. We going full buck, full crazy." The crowd gasped as 50 leaned into the mic. Ain't nobody mentoring a 15-year-old at 2 a.m. in Miami. He claimed insiders whispered about those 48 hours, parties, late nights, and things no teenage boy should see. Bieber's camp was terrified, but Diddy's power kept them silent. 50 tied Bieber's public meltdowns, those tearful breakdowns in the spotlight, to the trauma of Diddy's world. Puff finds him young, promises the world, then controls them with gifts and silence. 50 roared. The courtroom was a graveyard, Diddy staring at the table, Bieber's name echoing like a warning. Fans on X are losing it, digging up old interviews where Bieber dodges Diddy questions like a pro.
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 555.
Something's not right, and 50's making sure we all know it. Hold on to your seats, because 50's next reveal was wild. He brought up Ja Rule, backed by a story from Diddy's longtime bodyguard, Gene Deal. Imagine this, a private suite in North Carolina, Diddy and Ja Rule inside, and Gene guarding the door. Suddenly, Ja Rule pokes his head out, eyes wide, and says, "Yo, you might not want to come in here. It's a little freaky tonight." The courtroom gasped like they were in a horror movie. 50 didn't hold back. He didn't mean candles and bubble baths. Something was going down. He painted a picture of Diddy's freaky world, where power and coercion blurred lines. Ja Rule's never spoken about it, but 50 says that silence speaks volumes. He ain't been the same since, 50 added, hinting at a deeper toll. Then came Y. Osiris, the young star who went from viral hit to emotional wreck, and 50's got the receipts. He described Diddy luring Osiris with luxury, private jets, Jamaica getaways, and mentorship promises. But 50 called it a trap. Puff don't take you nowhere without expecting something, he warned. Social media lit up when Osiris posted pics from Jamaica, same hotel, same week as Diddy. Fans screamed receipts, but Osiris brushed it off, claiming he was with his girl. Then came the Instagram live meltdown, Osiris crying, ranting about feeling alone, hinting at industry secrets. 50 played that clip in court, his voice heavy. That boy was breaking down, and nobody helped. He tied Osiris's spiral to Diddy's playbook, love bomb with gifts, then discard when things shift. Kevin Hart? In this mess? Oh yes. 50 dropped a bombshell about a live stream where Diddy joked about sleeping with Usher, and Kevin's face dropped. 50 leaned in. That wasn't a laugh. That was a man thinking, I hope this dude don't say too much. He claimed Kevin and Fabulous were exposed to Diddy's wild parties, where phones were confiscated, NDAs were signed, and secret rooms hid rituals involving substances and blindfolds. Puff got people doing things they'd never do in the light, 50 said, his words dripping with menace. Kevin's canceled 2 appearances since the testimony, citing family time. But fans aren't buying it. X is flooded with clips of Kevin's nervous laughter, and 50's words echo, "You ever seen a man laugh while dying inside?" This twist has Hollywood quaking. 50 didn't stop at names. He exposed Diddy's machine. NDAs that barred artists from spilling about unusual behavior at parties. Threats of being blackballed from the industry. A network of enablers who cleaned up messes. 50's voice thundered. This ain't about sexuality. It's about coercion, about a man with money-breaking people. He claimed Diddy's parties were traps, phones taken, NDAs signed, and guests pressured into things they'd never admit. Former bad boy artists confirmed to reporters that contracts silenced them. But 50? He's untouchable. Ex-users are calling this a reckoning, with some saying, this is the hashtag #MeToo moment for male artists. The industry's shaking, and Diddy's empire is crumbling. 50 Cent's testimony has turned the music industry upside down, and we're just getting started. Who else is on that list? What's Diddy hiding? And will Hollywood survive the storm? Hit that bell for updates, share this video, and let us know what you think in the comments.